Hey, good morning, everyone. Pastor Chris here. Welcome to the Poolside Chat, which it is a rainy, cold Poolside Chat today. Sorry I missed you Saturday. I've just been off, but I think I'm back on schedule. Anyway, back on schedule. Super glad to be here. Missed you Saturday. Got a question. This is kind of a question that's come up before that I've addressed, but it's important. Pastor Chris, do I think dogs go to heaven? When our pets die, do they go to heaven? Or when animals die, do they go to heaven? Let me give you a couple of verses and a couple of thoughts as to why I believe we will see our animals in heaven. So, when earth was created, it was perfect. God called it very good. Animals were part of that very good. And if God is a creator, an artist, and makes it very good at the beginning, why would he make it less than very good in heaven? There's something else. Now this comes from the Narnia series, Narnia fantasy series, but there's a great book that came out of Narnia, Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe, if you remember that movie. It's a series of books. Last book in the series, they're in the new heaven and the new earth. And there's a line when they're in the new earth, the perfect earth, the way it was at the beginning, perfect again. The line is, this is, it doesn't seem different, it just seems more. See, it's not said that we're going to go to a different heaven, a different earth, an unfamiliar earth. It will be a new earth. It'll be similar, but more. It'll be perfect. There's a verse in Scripture that says we now see through a glass darkly. We get glimpses of what heaven will be like now. But when we get the new heaven and new earth, heaven, we will see more. There is a line. Actually, let me give you two verses to finish this out, why I believe there'll be animals in heaven, and our pets. So, many of you that go to church, you've heard lion and lamb, doves, there'll be lots of animals that are mentioned. So, that proves that there'll be animals in heaven. I don't use a proof. I just use what I know about God from the Bible. God has a special heart for animals. And I shared this verse just the other day. I didn't even think to use it, but it's the last verse in Jonah. Let's see if I can find it. Oh, got Jonah. So the last verse in Jonah is Jonah 4:11. And it says, this is God speaking, and should I not have concern for the great city of Nineveh? At the end of Jonah is preaching, the people of Nineveh turn to God. God does not destroy Nineveh. And Jonah pouts, he gets mad, because he thinks they should be destroyed. So this is God talking to Jonah at the end, and it says, and should I not have concern for the great city of Nineveh, to which there are more than 120,000 people who cannot tell their right hand from their left, and also many animals. Why would God say that? Because he has a heart for animals, a heart for his creation. And then the last two things I want to say In the book of Genesis, in the Garden of Eden, the serpent talks to Eve. What I find interesting is Eve is not surprised the serpent was talking to her. See, the impression is, Balaam's donkey, the impression is that animals would talk, would speak. And I really, truly believe, once again in heaven, we'll get to speak with animals. And then finally, remember this world is in sin stain. The glass dimly. We see glimpses of perfection, but it's covered up by the sin and the curse. And then the story of Noah in Genesis. Remember Noah makes the ark. He brings animals in 2 by 2, which also makes you wonder, why did God save the animals? He has a heart. But in Genesis, in chapter 9, verse 2, 1 and 2. This is when he comes out, God makes his promise, his covenant. Then God blessed Noah and his sons, saying to them, be fruitful and increase in number and fill the earth. The fear and dread of you will fall on all beasts of the earth, and all birds in the sky, on every creature that moves along the ground, and on all the fish of the sea. Animals are scared of us now. Before the flood, it was like a Disney movie. They weren't scared. They could talk. God created perfection. So I firmly, truly believe that yes, we will see our animals perfect as God created them in a perfect earth that we will be in. So I hope this answers your question. Keep them coming. Great question. Guys, I'm Pastor Chris. Remember, Facebook, YouTube, Rumble, at FL Compass Church. And now on Instagram. My little teaser, at FL Compass Church. Have a great week. And this time I will see you Wednesday. 2 days. Wednesday.